Hey guys, welcome back to my studio. Welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since I've been sitting in front of this camera just talking to you guys. This is like my first official video about my pregnancy, really, like my first trimester recap. I'm really excited to be doing this video, but at the same time kind of not, because I'm so glad the first trimester is over. I've never had a first trimester that I hated so much, because in my last two pregnancies, I don't know, maybe it was because I didn't have kids and I went through it and it was fine, but having two kids and going through another pregnancy is on a whole nother level. Like, oh my gosh. And not only that, but I didn't tell anybody I was pregnant until like the 3-month mark. I think like a week after the 3-month mark. Just because we just wanted to make sure, like, before we announced that everything was okay and the baby was healthy, the baby was growing and there was no issues, and I didn't want to like announce and then all of a sudden like bad news, you know? So we just wanted to keep it to ourselves. I'm so glad the first trimester is over, but let's go ahead and talk about why I did not like it so much and why I'm so happy it's over. Basically, I did not know who I was the first trimester, okay? Because I was not happy, I was not healthy, I was not motivated, I had no patience. I literally had to force myself to do everything every day because I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to just sit on the couch, have top ramen, have junk food, basically not even want to take care of my kids. Like, I did not even want to spend time with my kids because I just did not have the patience when they would whine or fight or argue. Let me see who that is. I know I sound like such a bad mom, but you know, that is really how I felt, and that is really what went down. I just did not know who this person was, and I just wanted it to be over. I wanted to be me again. I did not even want to be in the kitchen cooking because everything made me nauseous. Anytime I would eat something that I thought would like taste amazing, like in my mind I would be like, oh my god, the flavors and this and that. And no, it was not like that. I would eat it. I would spend like all this time in the kitchen trying to prepare something so nutritious and tasty for myself and my husband and my kids and stuff, and they would be like grubbing, and then I take a bite and I'm like, oh my god, like I can't eat this, and I would have to push it away. I'd have to go to the other room and then I would cry about it because I would be like, how am I gonna cook this yummy food, but I just cannot even swallow it without wanting to puke. Yeah, that was the case for literally the first 3 months. I was nauseous. I would wake up feeling nauseous. I would crave the most junkiest foods you can think of. All I wanted to have was top ramen, which I had a lot of in my first trimester. I loved to have Chinese food, whether it was the noodles, the honey walnut shrimp, the chicken, or the chow mein, or the rice, whatever it was, I wanted it Chinese. Chinese food just made me happy. The other thing that I loved was making little quesadillas with queso cheese, like street corn. I loved queso cheese. Oh my god, when I would have queso cheese, guys, I would feel so happy. Like, I would be like, how did I not like queso cheese before? I mean, I've had it before, but this was on like another level, and it was from the same store I go and buy it from all the time, which is Chavez, literally down the street. But this was on another level, and I would tell Claudia, like, Claudia, have you had queso before? She's like, yeah, we put it on guacamole, we put it on this, we put it on that. I'm like, girl, this tastes so good. She's like, yes, it's fresh cheese, like fresh. I'm like, well, wow. It was like the most amazing thing ever. I loved queso. Like, just by looking at it, it made me happy. I don't know what kind of power it had over me, but it had power. And I loved sweets. especially candy. God, I had no control. I would get little crackers. I would have biscuits here and there. I would have some ice cream. I would have Hershey's chocolate. I was even craving lattes or whatever, but not the ones with coffee, but the ones with ice cream. And I even had my husband buy all the ingredients because I literally wanted to make it at home the way I wanted to make it. And I just never made it because, I don't know, I just never did. My behavior, I just was very short-tempered, no patience, very mean. Like if I didn't like something, I would be like, yo, what are you doing? And I would be really rude about it. I didn't care about how I made that other person feel or how that other person took it. And if I just didn't like you or if I just wasn't feeling you, I just would not want to talk to you. I would avoid you. I would not want to be around you. If you wanted to hang out or if you wanted to do something, I'd be like, I'm busy, I can't. Or I would just completely ignore you like you weren't even part of my life. It was like really bad. Who did I hate the most during my first trimester? Well, you guessed it. It was my husband. A lot of women, I even had to Google it. Like, why do you hate your husband so much? I just could not stand the jokes that he made, even though like he was trying to joke around and be nice to me. I just was not feeling it. I was like, dude, that's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why don't ever waste my time or tell me to listen to something that stupid ever again. Like I was just so negative towards him. He was just getting beat by all these like verbal things that I was saying, and I was just like, I don't like you, get away from me. He would try to hug me, I'd be like, get off me. But poor man, I love him so much. Yeah, I really didn't like him. I'm glad that's over with because he did go through it with me. No joke. And I think a lot of men go through it with their wives when they're pregnant. I did have a lot of meltdowns when I was in my first trimester. I would cry because I would open the fridge, I would see all this food. Anytime I would eat it, I would feel nauseous. I literally could not even down it. Like I could not even swallow it. I had to spit it out. It made me want to cry, you know, like certain foods that I would want to eat but couldn't made me want to cry. Just thinking of certain people, you know, like I lost my grandma last year. Oh my God, it makes me emotional. I guess I'm still emotional about that. But yeah, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, you know, it's really emotional. I loved her so much and I feel like, you know, I could have done so much more with her, but I didn't and I regret it. But yeah, this like the one thing I think of is like I regret that so much. I'm back. My makeup is a little like whatever, but it's okay. But what I want to say is if you have somebody in your life that you feel like will be there forever and nothing is ever gonna happen, like don't think that, because you never know when something will happen and they might be taken from you forever. So yeah, that is what I want to say there. I'm going to end that there. What else do I want to touch base on about my first trimester? We went over my cravings, we went over my behavior, we went over who I hated the most, and what else? Like what was like my routine for my first trimester. So what I made sure that I did every morning was I had my lemon water, I had my celery juice, I'd have my breakfast. I'd also do my breathing exercise, which is the breathing exercise that my doula had me do with my first and second pregnancy. I would also do my prenatal stretches every morning. And I would also do my workouts. I work out 3 times a day. I still work out 3 times a day, and I still do that whole morning ritual of mine. I'm so glad that even though I did not want to do any of those things in my first trimester, any of those like healthy things, I guess you would call it, I'm glad that I did, because I feel like it helped me a lot to overcome certain emotional setbacks that I had and negative thinking that I had. I just really felt like a negative person in my first trimester. I just would pick at the most worst things ever, and even my husband would tell me that, like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're such a negative person, and like, I don't even want to be around you. And those are the things that he would tell me, and I would be like, good, I don't want to be around you. And it would just like start something, and then our kids would be there too, and then the kids would be like, are you guys fighting? And I would be like, oh my gosh, you know. So it was like really, really bad. And there would be times where I was like, should I film this? Because I wanted to see how this pregnancy was in my first trimester compared to my other ones. And also, like, I do plan on having like another baby, I hope. Like, if it happens, it happens. If not, then that's fine. But like, it's just so crazy that when you have kids and you're pregnant, it's just on another level. You just don't have patience, and you just don't want to do things. It's like, it's okay, you know, like, you're growing another human being inside of you, and it will pass. So just be patient. Even though you don't have the patience, it'll pass. Don't worry. Just breathe and meditate and do stretches. That will make you feel so good physically and mentally. Like, there was a day where I literally felt like I could not do it. I'm not even gonna get up and do anything today. What I did was, after I did my breathing, I was focused on myself. I focused my attention inward, connecting to my baby and everything. And I just felt like so much love for my baby. And I was like, okay, I love my baby. I'm so grateful that I'm even able to conceive. I'm even able to, you know, have multiple kids and have this love around me and have a house to live in. I should be so grateful for it. I put on these affirmations on YouTube. There was this lady that did positive affirmations for moms, and that is the one I needed to hear, is for moms, because I was just so tired of feeding the kids. I was so tired of cleaning up after the kids, even though I had Claudia, guys. I had Claudia helping me literally, and I still was just like, it's just too much. Like, I just still don't want to do it. So I would listen to these positive affirmations, and it actually gave me the strength to do it. I felt, yes, I am able to do it. And I don't know what she said in those affirmations, but man, I felt strong. I was like, yes, you know, I am a strong woman. I can do anything. That is who I am. I want to be a part of my kids. I don't care what I'm going through or what mental breakdown is happening, whatever it is, I can do it. I can push through it. And those positive affirmations actually helped me, guys. It was crazy. I was like, dude, I need to listen to this literally every day. If you are having a hard time during your first trimester, if you are having like mental breakdowns, you hate your husband's guts, or you literally can't stand your kids, I'm telling you, I've been there. Put on some positive affirmations for moms, and I'm telling you, it'll help you. Do breathing exercises, do meditations that focus on you, and make time for yourself. I know that it's hard when you have kids, but making time for yourself, it just makes such a big difference in your whole mood. Do some self-massage, even like massage your body, talk about how much you love your body, talk about how much you love yourself, and how much you do for your kids and your family, and that you are grateful for yourself. Sometimes it's like you're doing so much and you feel like, you know, you're pregnant and you already have so much on your plate, feel unappreciated or something. You know, whatever it is, just focus on yourself, have that time for yourself, because the stage will pass. You are gonna get through it. I got through it. I thought it was never gonna end, but it did, and I'm so happy that it did. So everything is good now. I'm 14 weeks. I'll give you guys my 14-week bump date. I'm excited to do bump dates with you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to do like weekly bump dates, or do you guys want me to just do by the trimester? Because my first trimester was over. This is kind of like my second trimester, and it's kind of more like what I've gone through. Not so much of, oh, the baby has grown this much or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see, and then I'll kind of see like what I'll upload from there. I hope that you guys got a little bit of insight into what I went through, and maybe you guys went through that too, or are going through that, or will go through that. It's normal. It's not anything unusual. It's totally normal. You're gonna get through it. It's all a process. It's a journey, and it's not easy, and not everybody can do it, but if you're going through it, you can do it. You are doing it. You are in this position. You are carrying that baby because you can do it. You are strong enough. You are powerful. You can do it. So just tell yourself that every day, every morning when you wake up, and every night before you go to sleep. You are strong, you are powerful, and you can do it, and you are doing it. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.